Welcome to the Emporium Outdoors. My name is Michael and we're going to talk today about the BLUETTI AC60. So I've had the BLUETTI AC60 for a couple of weeks now, but this is my first real camping trip, taking this out and using it as it's really designed. So power stations in general can be used for several different tasks. They could be very useful around the home. They can be useful for camping or in emergency situations. I primarily use them for camping, and this is what I'm really going to talk to on this video. So you've probably seen a million videos of power stations and which one's better than the other, etc, and features. But this one is actually truly unique in this area. I've been looking for a new power station actually to use on my boat. I wanted something that was at least splash proof, that wasn't going to get damaged if a wave came over the boat and, you know, a bit of spray went up, etc. Not talking full immersion, but something that's not going to fail because a little bit of water got on it. And this is where the AC60 is pretty unique as far as I'm aware. This is IP65 rated. And I'll put up exactly what that means in technical specifications. That was a big game changer for me. When you're out camping in the bush like we are, we're several kilometers from the main highways, there is no internet service, there is no nothing. Everything that we have here is trees, rivers, rocks. So anything you want to use electronic wise, you're going to have to bring the equipment with you to run it. And I know camping shouldn't really be about the electrical systems, etc. But unfortunately, we live in a modern world where, you know, we like refrigeration when we go camping. Allows us to stay out more comfortably for longer. So to me, that's a big part of why I carry one of these. Obviously for my camera equipment, because I take YouTube videos, and to keep my phone and tablets charged up is great. And also things like my Garmin Mini. That's going to run for a couple of days, but at some point I'm going to have to recharge it. So that's my SOS device, just in case I run into problems. So having something like this is a great way to make sure that I've got enough power going forward. So let's talk a little bit about the construction. This is very well built. I've actually dropped it off the side of the Jeep out the passenger door already, and it didn't have any effects on it. It's very well made, has these rubber bumpers around the corners, and it's very sturdy carrying handle. This is a somewhat heavy device. Obviously it's full of batteries, and again I'll put all the specs up here so you can see exactly how much it weighs. One of my favorite things I love about the BLUETTIs is on top they have this wireless charging pad where you can just place a cellular device on the top and it charges. Very useful. I know it sounds a bit gimmicky, but once you've have that, you won't go back. It's just not have any cables, just pop it on the top and it's charged. It's fantastic. Another really important part for me is this 100-watt USB Type-C outlet. I can plug my MacBook into that port and it charges it up really quickly. So that's a really big game changer as well. It can support fast charging for things like MacBooks and laptops. Have a couple of other USB outlets. These are also the fast charge type, and they'll support up to 3 amps. So that's good. I tend to use the multi cables where you have like 4 types of connector on one cable. So actually having just 2 ports is fine for me. I can actually plug in several things into here. The AC outlets are also the T slot, so they're 20 amp outlets, and there's 2 of those. And you can control obviously the power of the unit by switching the DC and AC buttons to switch it on and off. On the side here we have regular, I think it's a C13 port on the side, just the same as the computer would have. That's a major change from the previous BLUETTI I had. They've gotten away from the external charger, which I'm very pleased about. I didn't like having to have the brick, and the brick also had a fan that ran consistently. This is actually a lot quieter when charging, and there's different charging modes as well, so you can make it quiet, normal, or as fast as it can. You also have a port at the top. This is for your solar input or other types of power you can charge through there. It's also fused, and there's a small ground socket that you can plug into. On the rear we have this light, which is very useful if you're just using this to carry somewhere, turn the light on so you can actually see things. Very useful to have. And the other big game changer is you also have these battery ports on the bottom, so you can now go ahead and connect external battery supply to this. So you can just use this as a head unit and actually expand it at a later date. So again, that is a big game changer. And the other great feature that I love is it now has the Bluetooth app. So from this app I can see what the current charge rate is, whether I've got solar input, whether DC's got a draw, whether the AC is actually pulling any wattage, or whether it's plugged into the grid and it's actually charging up. I can also control the AC and DC outlets from here and switch them on and off, which again is actually quite fantastic, because I can actually be up in my rooftop tent, for instance, and think, oh, I need to turn all the DC stuff off, it's nighttime, and I can just flick that and it'll turn everything off. So the app is very, very good. Tells you also about all the battery information, state of charge, whether you have external battery packs, etc. So it's something I actually love. It's a bit of a game when the solar panels plugged in, because I can watch how much is coming in. I can tweak the solar panels and just check on it during the day to make sure I'm getting full charge. So the app again is a big upgrade. So this is the solar setup I've been running. This is a 100-watt Jackery panel, so it does work with other manufacturers of solar panels. So if you do have one, then it should work. You just need to check the cabling. But this is 100 watts, and I've had up to 85 watts out of this panel. And that's probably the highest I've seen out of this panel with different power stations that I've tested. So I think in summary, if you're looking for a power station and it's going to be your first purchase of one, you don't want to go too big, but you want something that's going to be useful, then this might be the way to go for you. Having the external battery attachments is huge, so you can expand it later on if you find it's too small. You're not having to go out and buy a whole new unit again. You can just add to it. The Bluetooth app is a great feature as well. And also having just the simplicity of the charging with no brick, it's all contained within this box. I think it makes this a super great package. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll try and answer that best I can. But until next time, take care. So we had a fantastic camp over the last 3 days. The BLUETTI managed to keep my refrigerator running for the whole 3 days with just that 100-watt panel, topping it up each day. And it also recharged all my camera equipment and my iPad and my phone, etc. So I was very happy with the capacity. Overall, BLUETTI is leading the pack with all these technical features, and what's exceptionally reassuring is they come with a 6-year warranty, and I can't wait to see what they come out with next. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.